Hello and welcome to a special Finke edition of Frogs Hollow TV. My name's Toby Cooper. Joining me once again tonight is Geordie Batchelor. How are you, mate?
Yeah, doing well, Tobe.
It's a bit cooler than a few months ago now,
yeah. No, she's starting to cool down thick and fast here, isn't it?
After a bit of rain, it's been good. And it's Finke Week, Jord, the biggest annual off-road race in the country. 160 entries. Everyone is back in Alice, ready to rock and roll. But it's always an exciting build-up, especially this year as it's your 50th edition.
Yeah, it should be a big one this year, mate. I think we were sort of looking at going, but just didn't eventuate. But yeah, it's a shame we aren't going because I reckon it should be a big one.
A couple of our other boys are heading up.
Yeah.
Turner and our mate Nugget's heading up for a watch.
Nuggy, yeah, half their bloody luck.
Should be racing.
Yeah.
So straight into our huge Finke show, Jord, where we bring you full previews of every class, our outright selections, plus interviews with Finke greats Mark Burrows and Shannon Rentsch. Ben Falk from Brink Motorsports, Griffith's Bowie Graeme, and we get an insight from Western Australia's very own Russ Cullen. It's definitely an episode not to miss, so don't go anywhere. So before we kick off our class previews tonight, I'd like to share with you an interview I had with five-time Finke champion and Australian off-road legend Mark Burrows last weekend. Take a listen. It's an honour to welcome on to Frogs Hollow TV five-time Finke Desert Race champion, eight-time ORC champion, Australian Motorsport Hall of Famer Mark Burrows. How are you, mate?
Good, Toby. Good to be heading up to the Finke, the famous one, the big race. So it's always good to be heading up that direction.
Yeah, mate, you're ready to go this weekend. You're competing in your 27th Finke Desert Race. That's incredible. How have preparations been since your last run out at Hillston?
Yep, good, mate. Yeah, we done a fair bit to it since Hillston. So we had a few little niggly things there, but we've overcome that, and we had a bit of a tranny problem with one of the gearbox bearings, but we've sorted that out, and a bit of suspension tune up for Finke. We always change things a little bit up for Finke, and it's a totally different track to anywhere else, and you've got to set them a little bit different. So I think we should have a good car, I reckon.
And you've been racing up in the Red Centre now, mate, for over 30 years, so you know what to expect, but you're still planning to do a bit of pre-running on the track, mate? Sort of what's the program for the week leading up to the race?
For the week, so it will be. It's once we get there tomorrow, about Monday lunchtime, we'll be get set up there, get everything organised, and head out the track early Monday morning. We'll do a full run down to Finke, hopefully.
Yep.
And then do some on the way back, and then we'll do bits and pieces on Tuesday, Wednesday rather. Sorry, yeah. Wednesday to just familiarise you. Mainly sand hills and things like that can catch you out pretty easily. So we just go through them and make sure we've got that marked right, and then we've got the Legends dinner on Wednesday night. So that's going to be a fairly big show by the sound of it. There's a lot of the old past winners and people that race and early motorbike races and all that. It's going to be a fantastic night. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
There's so much talk year after year, mate, about the track. I know there was a lot of rain during the summer in the NT, but what are you expecting this year? You've done it more than most, obviously competing this weekend, but much of the same, you reckon?
I think so. It gets rougher every year, I think. In patches, they grade patches, the wind changes, the track changes a fair bit every year. So, some places get rougher, some you think a bit smoother. But in general, it's same. Yeah, that's right. If the sand's dark red, it's damp, but if it's not, it's soft. So you just got to read the terrain and get good at that, and make sure you familiarise yourself on all parts of the track to make sure you're up with where the big whoops are, because they sneak up on you and they can bite you pretty hard, the old Finke track. So but looking forward to getting out there. It's a great event. I just love coming up here. So.
And the competition, once again, will be very fierce at the front. 160 entries, incredible. You finished 5th in 2024. Do you have any still goals heading into the weekend? Or you just sort of relax, go into it, see where you end up? I know sort of championships not really on your mind this year with ORC, so it's more just about getting up there, enjoying the whole weekend, and go from there.
It is, that's right, yeah. So we just the first job is to get down to Finke. So try and stay smooth, and don't make mistakes on the way down to damage the car. And but you can't lose too much time, because this track now is 10 tenths. The front running pro cars and trucks are all the ones that'll be winning it are the ones that are going 10 or 11 tenths. So it's super fast, and there's some really quick buggies, but the trucks now are just unbelievable. So worth watching. And if the spectators get out there and watch them trucks, well, and the front buggies too, they'll certainly have their eyes open. So
yeah, well, that was sort of my next question, mate. You first started racing back in 1976 as a 16-year-old. Geez, things have changed a lot since then, mate.
Yeah, they certainly have. Yep. So yeah, our first Finke was 76, and we've had a lot of success up here. We've been lucky enough to finish a lot of them, and then I think we won in when we went 99. We were lucky enough to beat the bikes. So first car to do that. So that's sort of something that we've been very proud of, and it took a lot of work to build up to that, to get the car set up right. Had to have a lot of help, was obviously on the way. So and we're able to get it to work really well, and it was great. But now there's just so many fast cars, like they're I don't know, probably 25 or 30 cars could win this race, really. So
and your good mate, who I know you travel up to Alice with every year. So I'm interested to see how Hayden goes in his new trophy truck, all-wheel drive.
Hayden, yes. I've had a quick glimpse at the new Mason, and Hayden's put a big effort in this year. So he's got the 3 trucks. So Sammy's in the Racer, and Hans is in the Racer 2-wheel drive, and then Hayden's in the Mason. So beautiful truck. Yeah, so it's all brand new, and he's put in a massive effort to get to this race and get everything right, and he's done all the pre-running and all the work. So I'm sure he'll be one of the front runners for sure. So but then you got the Robinson boys, who are they're just super fast here. So there's going to be a lot of competition, I think. So.
And back to your car, mate. I know you're loving the Mark Fab buggy. You've been in a few years now. You talked about it before, but you think you can go a bit quicker again this year? You're always making a few little changes.
Yep, I think. Yep, no, we're really getting it sorted out. It took a while to get a bit of a handle on the rear suspension because it's a bit different to the Jimco. And we were sort of making a mistake of setting it up like a Jimco when it's different. Now we've got to do things a bit differently. So, but we seem to have it pretty well sorted now. And we think we have, and I've got young Tom navigating for me, and he's really gone ahead in leaps and bounds in the navigating. He really got a good feel for the car, and look, don't take the buggies out of it. Buggies can still, like you've got fellas like Shannon Rentsch coming back this year. He'll be certainly a dark horse.
Dale Martin's driving well,
both the Martin boys, but especially Dale. He's been on fire lately. So
Toddy Lehman,
he's one of the. Definitely a front runner. He'll be in, the top half a dozen for sure, isn't he? So, so there's going to be a lot of real quick ones. So, look, they'll take it to them, but I'm not sure that they can keep the pace for that long. The trucks can be able to go 10 tenths and last, where the buggy's a little bit more fragile. So, but you don't know. You never know. So
you never know. And incredibly, mate, this is your 27th Finke, extraordinary run. What is it just keeps bringing you back? I know you've got your boys race now. Unfortunately, Matty won't be on the start line, but he's jumping in with his good mate, Jay Mitchell, and his Illumi craft.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, I think. And a lot of the same as Hayden. His kids are in it too, and I've got my boys, and I think that's why we keep doing it mainly. Really, like it's a great sport, but to see them come up through and be doing as well as they are. Matthew had a bit of a tip over at the Hilson race. Yeah. So Jay said, "Well, we'll take my car," and so we've got him all entered and up here, and and that's another class. That there's some front runners in there too. Like Johnny Towers and Jay. Jay's been going really well, so they'll be up in the top 10 too, more than likely. So
definitely.
The Prolite cars are very quick. Especially here, and Brent, he'll be up the front because Brent's actually ran third outright here in the Pro. So he's certainly going to be up the front. So,
and I mean the 50th edition this weekend. Looking back, you'll have a great night on Wednesday night, but when it gets down to business, to be still lining up with the likes of Hayden, Shannon Rentsch, guys that you've done it with. I know the OBR boys when they were teenagers. Yeah, a lot of good memories there, mate.
Certainly is. Yeah, no, it's been fantastic, mate. So to see the especially the younger blokes coming through, and the OBR boys. I know they're not so young now, but to see them come up from where from the start when they started, that they're they've just come so far. So
there's young Boston Morgan Horan, the young Kiwi. He's a
star.
star.
That's one we haven't spoken about. Now he will be a dark horse, won't he? If he can keep going, he'll certainly be one to beat. So
we just had a bit of a Finke preview for Frogside TV, and I don't mind Cole Tucker for a bit of a roughie. I think if he gets off to a good start, gets a bit of momentum early and finds his groove. I know it's his first time at Finke, but he'll be. I think he'll be in that sort of top 5 or 6 all weekend. That's for sure.
Well, I think he will. He's a no fear type driver.
Yeah,
and he's had a few little issues with the car, but I think that supposedly he's got it sorted and he's on the dyno and he'll be on his way up pretty soon. And he'll certainly be right up amongst them, I think. So there's not just so many. There's so many that can win it, and be in the top 10 for the whole weekend, really. So it's going to be interesting to see, isn't it?
We could talk all week about it, mate. The contenders, but. Awesome to see you guys heading back up to Finke for another crack, and I'm sure it'll continue for years to come. And it's going to be a cracking weekend. But thanks for joining me on Frog Solo TV. Massive good luck to you, Mark, and the rest of the team for Finke this weekend and for the rest of 2026.
Thank you, Toby, and all the listeners. And hopefully see all the smiling faces up there at the event. So it'll be fantastic.
No worries. There he is, Finke legend Mark Burrows.
Good on you, mate. Thank you.
Now on to our first class preview, Jord, the hard-charging production four-wheel drives with just the 3 entries this year. It's led by class legend Jeff Pickering, who is chasing his 16th Finke win and first since 2021 in his Ford Raptor. Craig Lowndes, though, is set to make another Finke appearance in the team's Chev Silverado, which is great for the sport. And defending ORC class champion Hank Parker is heading up from St George in his 76 Series Land Cruiser. There's no Brad Lavelle in the field from America this year, who's won the last couple of production four-wheel drive class titles. Who do you reckon will be the hardest to beat?
I reckon Big Hank, mate. That's what I'm going to put my money on.
Yeah,
I reckon he'll send that silver bullet straight down over them walks.
Yeah. Go fast, Lowndes in style, you reckon?
Yep, that's what I reckon.
I'm going to go with Hank Parker as well. Jeff Pickering, he's undoubtedly one of the legends of not only his class but Australian off-road since he's been in the sport. I think he's over 80 years of age now, so still flying the flag. But Craig Lowndes, I think he's had a nice couple of test sessions. I know he's been down at Loveday, also been up at Finke, the Brekkie Bash. He'll be definitely thereabouts. So I think Hank can put it to him and take the win. He's shown it at Loveday, Pooncarie, some tough ORC events. St George last year, he just finished the Burdekin. He's done Don River, so he's got a lot of runs on the board in his trusty old silver bullet. And I think he'll definitely the one to beat in production four-wheel drive. The highly anticipated production two-wheel drive battle is here, Jord. It's only a small field with just the 2 entries, Michael Shipton and our man, Russ Cullen in his iconic Holden Kingswood. What's your take on this little duo, Jord? I know it's going to be hard for Russ to get it done, but Shippo's the clear standout speed out of those two, but Russ won't go away.
I don't think. I definitely think that if Russ does get there and back, he'll know about it on Monday afternoon, mate. But it's just a testament if he does get to Finke and back in the old King. I can't wait to see the whole thing on the track, mate.
Yeah, we've got some big names at Finke this year, of course. 160 odd entries. Some of the best talent in Australian off-road. But I mean, his video went viral on Aussie Off-Road Media the other day. I think over 1.5 million views. It went crazy in the States, and arguably, he could be the biggest talking point and vocal point of the whole event for me. All eyes will be on Russ Cullen, and he knows possibly could be the final car to get across the line, but you see how things happen and evolve over the race. But Russ will be thereabouts, but of course, Michael Shipton, former ORC class champion, he won his Class 5 in the AOB Australian Series last year. He's always thereabouts. Definitely one of the quickest production two-wheel drive competitors in the country, and it's definitely his for the taking if he can get home. But that's the biggest part of thinking that you've got to get down and back, and that's the challenge. It's
a long way through.
We were fortunate enough to hear from the man himself, Russ Cullen, earlier in the week on his thoughts heading into Finke 26. Check it out.
Yeah, thanks, Toby. What a great honour it is to be part of the show once again in preparation for Finke, the 50th Finke, June 2026. It's going to be a fantastic event. Our prep's going really well. Car's on its way over thanks to Inland Mechanical, Derek De Bruin, Terry Hoskins, Total Asphalt chipping in for fuel. So we've had some amazing support, some amazing well wishes out there. Some of the big teams encouraging us to not pull out of the event when we were hit with a bit of a family tragedy and the fuel crisis of all things. So we had a few things go against us there, but some really kind words from from like the likes of Bo and Trav, I will name them, because sometimes they behave like rebels and misfits, but they're actually really nice guys and really family orientated, so I appreciate their friendship and their support. Yeah, Finke 26. I think we're just going to trundle down there. Toby asked me to describe what our program will be, and I think we'll just saunter down there just in front of the sweep, try and protect the car, look after the car. It's a tough race. We're doing it in honour of Tanya, part thereof, and we're doing it in honour of ourselves, because it is a massive undertaking, and the 50th Finke is going to be a really awesome celebration for off-road racers generally and the off-road racing family, and we want to be part of that, because we consider ourselves a good contributor to off-road racing in both West Australia and Australia in the junior team, myself and Jeremy and the boys. Probably the thing that'll be tested the most is myself and Jeremy on the way to and from Finke, but we're really looking forward to it. Couldn't have picked a better bloke to do it with. I could have picked another person to do it with, but Jeremy knows that. He knows the story, so I'd rather be doing it with someone else. But things can't be helped in life, and Jeremy's the man. He's a great replacement. I'm really looking forward to spending possibly 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours in the car with him, so that'll be awesome. One thing I did notice, the grader's been out there, so I don't know if they've channeled my energy and my prayers, but I did see some videos of the grader. Not that matters. I mean, the grader will just knock the tops off stuff, and they'll all be, they'll be big whoops, by the time I get down there, and by the time the Kingswood trundles off the start line. So, but it's nice in spirit. Thanks to whoever drove the grader or whoever chose to put the grader over the track. That's terrific. But we expect a pretty rough track and a pretty big challenge ahead of us. I think if the track was graded super duper flat, like proper graded and bedded in, then you'd see the turbo buggies really come into play. Like the truck track that Finke has become would sort of be pulled back a little bit, and you'd probably find Shannon Rentsch, if he hits his straps, some of the turbo buggies, Mickey Zacker in particular. Mickey Zacker's sort of born into off-road racing. He's had no choice but to be addicted to off-road racing, so it'd be good to see him have a good run and unleash. Obviously my favourite, one of my favourites, Aaron James in a buggy. I believe they're going to have the buggy there. I'm not too sure. A lot of scuttlebutt about Tanner and Aaron. I haven't really followed it that much because I've had so much to do on my own effort to get over there. But of course, how do you go against the likes of Trav and Bo and Gartner and Boston in the trucks? The trucks will, I think, dominate once again. If we're winning, we're winners, whether it be outright in class. But if we're not winning, we're always enjoying. And first and foremost, we're off-road racing fans. So really looking forward to Finke, and just can't wait to really sink our chops into what is Finke and enjoy the camaraderie, the festivities, and then the punishment and the pain and the brutality that is the Finke track. And it's really cool that I've been able to do this video in Scotty's shed, because really this whole off-road racing journey started with Scotty in the soot chucker many years ago. We did a bit of a tour of the eastern states and had some good results. We had a runner-up in Class 8, I think in 2009, and made a bit of a comeback in a V8 patrol for 2011. And we probably were one of the slowest Class 8s out there of the time, but we're the most reliable. We just got the job done, and we got ourselves a national class title to celebrate with, and that's all part of the journey, and just really good that the Finke preparation and the shed availability in Bullsbrook at Scotty's place is a great place to sort of kickstart my not so much my comeback, but sort of a comeback that could be a retirement comeback after one race, perhaps one race, and then call it a day. Getting old, getting sore, getting hard to get up off the ground, all those sort of things that go with old age. Anyway, love yous all. Can't wait to see it, Finke. I hope you enjoy the show. I hope I haven't rambled on too much, and peace on, brother. Go and have a good time at Finke, guys. Thank you.
Jord, the extreme four-wheel drive scene has dramatically changed over the last 4 or 5 years, and again at this year's Finke there is still the old versus the new. which makes for another fascinating addition in the extreme four-wheel drive class. Defending Finke champion Travis Robinson in his all-wheel drive Mason. His brother and 2024 winner Bo Robinson is having his first run in the all-wheel drive Mason. Two-time Finke champion Hayden Bentley debuts his new all-wheel drive Mason as well. Sam Bentley is taking the reins in the team's all-wheel drive racer. Finke veteran Phil Lovett, can't count him out. He'll be definitely pushing for that sort of top 5-6 position, I believe. And Brent Smoothie is always thereabouts. He's had a bit of a mixed up and down couple of years really for Brent Smoothie, but he's another that I think can really push for that podium finish. For you, who's going to be the hardest extreme four-wheel drive competitor to beat, I think?
Mate, there's 5 cars there that can not only win that class out, but they can also win the event outright. Like, Jesus Christ.
They're going to be hard to roll, aren't they?
Mate, but yeah, I reckon both the Robinson brothers.
Yeah.
And also Hayden Bentley in the new one.
Yeah, he looked, those clips you saw.
Yeah, he looks very
the
fast.
Brekkie Bash.
Yep.
Early days, of course, but man that knows the track as good as anyone. I agree. I think he's going to be pushing hard. But yeah, out of Travis and Bo, I think they're the two standouts in that list. Don't be surprised if Phil Lovett has a massive run. I heard this morning, talking to good mate Lucky Matusi, that he's been out there for about 5 weeks, do a lot of pre-running, a bit of testing here and there. But I think he could be definitely a surprise pack at the veteran Phil Lovett and Brent Smoothie, of course.
Yeah.
Always going to be thereabouts. It's going to be interesting to see also how young Sam Bentley goes in his dad's old racer. We've seen he's had a massive moment at Finke last year in his sports light car, huge incident.
Yep.
I'm sure he'll be pushing a lot harder this year in that racer, and he'll be wanting to knock his dad off, that's for sure, in the Bentley crew. But I'm going to go Travis. I think he's, what he's shown in that vehicle over the last couple of years, almost unbeatable when he's on. And of course, Bo. Yeah, he's done it all before, and he's not going to be that far away. Prolog again will be very interesting to see where they start. Yeah, who's in front of who, but that's all to unfold. Jord, Super 1650 is 7 cars entered this year, mate, made up mostly by local NT crews. Defending Finke champion Jerry Coop headlines the class, with 2024 ORC champion Brad Garrity and teammate Rick Chambers, plus Clayton Agnew and Chelsea Gwynn, all chasing glory. Who do you think is the top 1650? That's a tough one again, isn't it?
Oh, again, but yeah, I think Jerry Coop. Yeah, I think he gets the job done, mate.
Yeah, winning form.
Yeah,
winning form. Hard to fold, isn't it?
And geez, it's it should be a tough battle, that one, but
Super 1650. It's always one of those, like production 4-wheel drive and production 2-wheel drive. It's one of those classes just to get there and back. And seeing Werner Zettel do it all over the years, and it's a tough effort. And hats off to them all, and we wish them all the best. And hopefully they can all get home. That's the feat. I'm going to go with, I think Brad Garrity can back up his 2024 result over teammate Ricky Chambers there in those tiny built cars, and they'll be pushing hard, and I think one of them can get the job done. 11 cars will take to the track in the sports light class, Jord, led by multiple-time Finke champion Bowie Graeme out of Griffith, who returns to Alice for another crack in his Illumi craft. Former winner Rod Visa, Northern Territory Shane Granning in his new SS Race Tech machine. Travis Conrad, Frog Solo TV partner Paddy Garrity's coming up. And Finke stalwart Chris Sollett, other notable crews. He's done over 20 Finkes, Chris Sollett, so you can't count him out, but who's your tip for the sports light class?
I think Bowie Graeme is very hard to go by in the sports light. Like, mate, he drives the wheels off that thing everywhere he goes, and I honestly would not be surprised if he cracks the top 10.
He's always pushing along, and he had that really good stint where he was always in that. I think he won 4 or 5 in a row. Sports light wins at Finke, and then he had a couple of years off where he was focused on the ARB Australian Championship, which I think he still is this year. But I mean, man, he's on another planet in that sports light class when he's on song. And he was moving down at Hillston. I think if he can put that into shape in Alice Springs, they're on their way as we speak. And we wish all our competitors the best, of course. But Bowie Graeme, I think he's definitely the one to beat in the sports light class. And don't count out Shane Greening. He's got that new SS Race Tech car. I think he's debuting it in Alice Springs this weekend. And when you got a local Northern Territory guy pushing hard and in the mix and a bit of home crowd support, they're always going to be a shout. So can't go past Rod Visa. He's a veteran of our sport, and he'll be thereabouts. Before we go any further, we'd now like to introduce our next special guest for the show. This week we caught up with Griffith's Bowie Graeme ahead of his return to Alice Springs. Enjoy. It's an honour to welcome on the Frogs Hollow TV Griffith's, Bowie and Ella Graeme live from Alice Springs. How are you both?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Good. How are you, Ella?
Thanks.
The team's back in Alice Springs for a 5th crack at the iconic Finke Desert Race. You'd both be keen to get underway on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure, mate. Can't wait. Love coming back up here, and just due to a few work commitments the last few years, haven't been able to make it. So, I'm pretty pumped to be here. It's good.
And how's the prep been leading into the 50th edition, Bowie? The Lumicraft's all ready to go, mate?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's always ready to go. But a few dramas after the race at Hillston. So we're a pretty quick turnaround on another engine. So car had a really big prep before Hillston. So I didn't really have too much to do other than just put another engine in and run it in, and it's pretty much good to go.
Yeah, very good. And since the team debuted at Finke back in 2018, you've had 4 starts with 3 class wins. It's another super strong sports light lineup this weekend. Any expectations, Ella, heading into the weekend?
No, we're sort of just hoping to get there and back. We're just here to have fun and get it done.
See how you end up. I'm sure you'll be at the pointy end of the class, that's for sure. Bowie, you crossed for a 12th outright finish back in 2018 and 14th in 2021. Yeah, slightly confident getting a similar or better result this year, mate. It is a stacked field.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I've always wanted to try and get a 10 plate, but there's plenty of quality cars, and like I say, for that to happen again, we're going to have to have a bit of luck on our side and a few things go away. But look, mate, if I could finish top 20 or even just to finish, it's going to be pretty tough. Like I'll be happy wherever we are as long as we finish, really.
And Ella, you're in as a navigator this weekend. I believe it's your first time in the car at Finke. It must be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is my first time. I've never seen the track. It'll be something new for me. Exciting.
And so what's the plans for the rest of the week, Bowie? A bit of pre-running. It's been, as you said, it's been a few years since you've been out to Finke. I'm sure you're keen to have a look at the track.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll take it easy tomorrow, but we'll probably run down Wednesday. Just, like I say, we haven't been a while since we've been here, and we don't really have a track map anymore. So it'd be good to have a look at that. And it's really the rises and a few of the corners. That's where you can make up a bit of time. So if we can get them dialed in good and know where we're going. So the less we can lift, the better.
And it's also good to see Jay Mitchell having a run in his Illumicraft for the first time at Finke. A little bit of a Griffith battle brewing there, Ella.
Yeah, it should be some good friendly competition. It'll be good if we can both get a good result and get home together. Yeah,
it will be. It's good to see a couple of Griffith cars up there again. And I always ask some of the competitors, who are you both tipping to take home the title in 2026 if it's not Stephen and Ella Graeme?
Oh, I don't think you go past the Mason trucks. If they keep together, like we've seen a bit of them running last year. Me and Tanner, they're seriously fast. So if they stay together, it'll have to be. Well, let's say you got Bentley now too with one of those. So any of the 3 Mason trucks, I think, like I say. But I wouldn't count out Boston. I think, like I say, he's going to be quick.
Very good. And competing at these events is a big team effort. Bowie and Ella, anyone you'd like to thank for getting you to the start line of Finke 26?
I'd have to say big thanks to Jamie Neal at Neal Automotive Port Augusta for a quick turnaround on the engine. And, he's backed us for quite a fair few years now. So, massive thanks to him. Kyle and Roger that work with him as well, and Roxanne. And just like I say, Ronnie Smith, Race Trans, Kieran at McNabb Mobile, and Corey Roach. I suppose, Grain Farming, and also Ella in the shed, and like I say, the family as well. Everyone chips in to make it all happen. So, I appreciate everything.
Anyways, Bowie and Ella, thanks for joining me on Frogs Hollow TV. Go and get them this weekend. All the best to you and the entire team, and for the rest of 2026.
Yeah, thanks, Toby, and everything you do for the sport too, mate. You do a good job, and commentary-wise and everything. Well done, mate. Yeah.
No worries. There we are. Bowie and Ella Graeme, Sports Light contenders this weekend. Now, Jord, onto the huge side-by-side Pro Class. 55 entries, another huge showing for this class, mate. Extraordinary numbers, and they continue to just get faster and faster, to say the least. Will we see a side-by-side finish in the top 10 at Finke this weekend? We'll just have to wait and see. Many good judges have said that maybe this is their year. Yeah, time will tell. Last year's winner, Kane Jones, is returning to Finke in his Polaris, defending side-by-side Australian champion Lockie Bailey, former ORC podium sitter Glennie Ackroyd, who is seeking his own breakthrough Finke moment. 16-year-old Kalgoorlie sensation Logan Gill is amongst the favourites. Gold Coaster Jeff McNiven, Western Australia's Matty Deck and Terence Flynn Dow, the ever-consistent Greg Campbell, Queenslanders Justin Ryder, Christian Rich, Zach Marsh and Lachlan Waters, Frogs Hello TV major partner Glennie Brinkman, Westlime young gun Sam Commons and Craig Anderson, plus many, many more. Who wins the hotly contested side-by-side pro class? I've got no idea.
Man, I've got no idea either. Like 55 entries, that's massive.
And just literally talent. There's 20, 25 that could win it.
Easy.
Kane Jones, always fast wherever he competes in that Polaris. But to have him win last year was extraordinary. But I think, could it be another fairy tale story like Kane Jones last year? Will it be McNiven again? Will Glenn Ackroyd break through? What do you reckon? Throw something at me.
Mate, I reckon Logan Gill.
Yep.
He's got no fear.
Won at Pooncarie.
Yep. And I think that he can take it out. Yep.
Yeah,
easy.
I think he was competing this weekend at Ben Cubbon.
Yep.
So he's going to make the trek over with his dad Royce competing as well in the Maverick R's. I'm going to go Zach Marsh.
Yep.
I just like the way Zach Marsh does his thing, picks his races. He's never really chased a big championship. He's done the quiz, obviously a former Queensland Iora champion. Someone in the top 5 in the prologue side-by-side will win it.
Yeah.
And I think if Zach Marsh, who notoriously does prologue very well, if he can get his hand on that sort of pole second spot, I think he is going to be definitely one to watch. You can't rule out Jeff McNiven. He's always fast. He literally only does the one race a year now. We've seen what he's done at Gundawini over the years. He's always been a contender of the national rounds. He sort of stepped away from the full-time sort of gig in off-road. Obviously, he's got a massive business up there on the Gold Coast and family and whatnot. But good to see Jeff McNiven back. And I think Glennie Ackroyd, Logan Gill, Lockie Bailey. He's always a speedster. And Kane, there's so many. Absolutely jam-packed field. And yeah, I'll go with Zach Marsh to take the gong there. There's just the one sole entry in the side-by-side sport class, Jord. Tasmanians Johnny White and Jack Briggs are headed to Alice Springs with their Honda Talon in tow, and we wish them all the best this weekend. And it's incredible sitting sort of a week out from the race, just seeing everyone's journey, their trek to the race. You watch the Patriot Campers, I was watching Hank Parker sent a photo in, the Western Australian crews are on their way. That's what it's all about, and a bit envious this time of the year that
I
won't be out there.
Jealous, mate.
Things happen, and hopefully next year. The Prolite class, Jord, is very strong in 2026 with 13 entrants, and it will be spearheaded by last year's winner Johnny Towers, who finished incredibly in 5th spot. What a run it was for him. Brent Martin has crossed 3rd outright in 2019 and 2022, and he'll be once again a force in his gym car if he can get a bit of luck there this weekend. Likewise, former ORC champion Matty Martin, Hilston's Jay Mitchell in his Illumicraft, Ben Falk behind the wheel of his new Monk Fab machine, local chargers Andrew Miles and Jack Weir, Alan Dixon and the Monty Salvo twins who have stepped up into the 3.5 litre brigade. It's another epic list of cars in the Prolite class, Jordan. Who wins the Prolite class for Finke 26?
If Brent Martin has no issues, I think he wins it.
Yeah.
But JT also, mate.
Yes.
Like that last year we seen some footage of him going down and back, and he was upper.
That's upper.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a Jay Mitchell fan. I think him and young Matty Burrows in the Illumicraft. That wasn't the plan to have his car in Alice, but he's had a good couple of runs since Helston, so he's going to be heading up there, and I think they're going to be definitely one to watch. And Molesy, he'll be on song. One of the sweetest singing cars in our sport. Hats off to our Prolite competitors, and hopefully we see them all at the finish on Monday morning. Last Friday, I caught up with Ben Falk and Johnny O'Connor at Falk Motorsports live from the track at Finke before their campaign this weekend. Enjoy. It's an honour to welcome on to Frogs Hello TV for the first time. Falk Motorsports, Ben Falk and Johnny O'Connor live from the Finke track. How are you, man?
We're good. Yeah, good. Thanks, mate.
Firstly, you've been in Alice for about a week now, Ben. Pre-run on the track. Tell us, how's it shaping up for next weekend?
Yeah, we're standing on the track at the minute, actually, Tobes. There's probably a few bikes fly past here in a minute, but yeah, the track's looking pretty good. It's pretty wet and heavy, and they'll be going in some spots, but the boys have been down there in the last day and a half at the grader, so they've knocked all the big bad stuff over. And but now it's looking pretty good.
And Johnny, you debuted the team's new Monkfab Prolite machine at Pooncarie recently, mate. Unfortunately, you guys run into a few engine issues there, but you are all good to go this week, next weekend?
Yeah, all good to go. Toby, the boys have worked fairly hard over the last couple of weeks to get everything back to normal again. Fair dues to Hado and been in the workshop and stuff to get everything going, and hopefully we'll have a good crack this time around.
And Ben, the car looks an absolute picture, mate. It's a credit to everyone involved, yourself, the team. I know you've wrapped with how it's all come together over the last 12 months or more.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, but Damo takes his time and gets it done 110%, I suppose you say. It's can't fault it, so it's come up a treat.
And you've run, I think this is your 7th appearance now, with your best result of 10th outright in Dicko's Custom Fab Prolite machine in 2024. How are you feeling heading into the weekend? You got any goal in mind, mate?
Yeah, we had a pretty run that year, me and Johnny and Dicko's car, and this thing's probably got not much more power than what Dicko's car's got, but we're about 800 kilos heavier than Dicko, and I don't know, we've got heaps bigger tyres and bigger shocks, so we'll see how it goes, but a bit of luck goes our way, we might be all right.
And Johnny, it's a bit different ride in the new car, mate, to Alan's.
Yeah, just a small bit different, all right, a bit more modern.
And it's a huge field this weekend, guys. 160 cars, 13 Prolite crews. You've got Brent Martin, Molesey, Johnny Towers, Matty Martin, former ORC champion. Of course, Alan, the Monty Salvo twins. This is the one that everyone wants to win. Is it just going to be all out attack from the start?
Yeah, I was actually over at Johnny's joint the other weekend because he lives in Newcastle near me. My gearbox was away getting fixed, and he brought it back for me, and I was talking to him about it, and he had his engine out as well. So, but yeah, no, I think he's going to fully send it. So I reckon we'll do the same. Try and keep up with him.
Cool, Sam. Who do you think's going to be the hardest to beat, Johnny, in the Prolite class?
Either Molesey or Martin, one or the other.
Yeah. He'll be up there, I'm sure, pushing hard.
Yeah, them two boys are always quick here.
Yeah, they are.
He's won it here before, Martin.
Yeah, definitely.
You can mark out old Mark Martin. That car used to be a good car when it was out years ago. Yeah, he's always quick. He's been out of the sport for a while now, but I'm sure he'll be on it from the go. Ben, your dad started the Falk off-road journey many years ago now, mate. You've previously competed in the Super Utes and the Dunlop Super 2 series. What is it about off-road racing that you love so much?
When I was a kid. My old man used to race back in the early 90s, so I don't know, I was going to Sea Lake and that, I suppose. I grew up in Swan Hill, so we used to head over to Sea Lake every year instead of Finke, but I've always wanted to do it, and so I've finally come up with enough money to build an off-road car because they're worth a fortune, and here we are.
Here we are. We had a few years in the side-by-side too.
Yeah, that's all we could afford at the time, so we just ran the side-by-side there for a while, and we worked out that they fly apart. They're probably a bit hard to run.
Anyway, what's the plan for the rest of the week? Just a bit more pre-run and final check over the car before prologue on next Saturday.
Yeah, so we went to Love Day before we come here and just check the engine over, and we sent the gearbox away and changed a bit in it too, just to check it. So Hayden and myself did that at Love Day, and we did a bit of work on it up here, put all the new drive shafts and all the new oils and everything in it, and made sure that was all good. And now we're just out here just doing a bit of pre-running. So it's got the old Emerock, mate. It's getting a bit of a hard life going up down the track here.
And finally, Ben, I'd just like to thank you personally, mate, and Tankworld again for supporting Frog Solo TV. Greatly appreciated. All the best.
Maybe in a couple of weeks too, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. All the best to you and Johnny. This next weekend's Finke Desert Race, and we'll talk soon.
All right, thank you.
Now on to the Extreme Tour Drive Class Jord, 28 entries in total. Many outright contenders, including 2011 champion Greg Gartner and his brand new Tisco truck, young Kiwi star Boston Morgan Horan, who finished third outright in 2025. 2012 winner Brad Gallard's back in his Geyser truck. Pooncarie podium getter Toby Waitley in his rush truck. Former runner-up Brett Comiskey. Local Steve Sanderson returns in his Jimco trophy truck. He's been out of the sport a number of years now. The Commons brothers are there, Nick and Andrew. Michael Doolan, Ben Gartner, Hannah Bentley flying the flag proudly for the women. Local legends Brett Taylor and Timmy Button. Damien Nicol. Enormous lineup again, Jord. 28 serious trophy trucks. Who's your tip?
Oh, mate, I can't go past Boston.
Yeah,
again,
he's always there.
Like, just watching him last year, he holds it flat. He's impressive to watch, mate. And if
had
everything,
issues last year too.
Yep. I think he got a flat tire on the way down. Is that right?
Yeah, a bit of a sensor issue going down as well.
Yep.
Yeah, had a few issues going down. Had a pretty clean coming back, I believe. But again, another that's always thereabouts in the prologue. And if you need to get that P1, it's going to be a big tough job for him in the two-wheel drive truck. But
I dead set. I think he's the one to beat.
Yeah.
If all goes his way, but as you said, you got Greg Gartner, you got Gallard, you got the Collins brothers, you got you've got
young Gartner,
Toby Waitley as well.
Toby Waitley, yeah, of course. He had a tremendous run at Pooncarie. If he can fly that into the Finke, he's a confidence driver like most are. But once just needed just that one result to really lift that bar and say, right, I belong here, which he knows he has over the years. But when you so many little
when you start getting the results, that's when you start going well.
I'm a bit like you. I think Boston Morgan Horan definitely leads the pack. Interesting to see how Greg Gartner goes in his new Tisco, fresh out of the box, I believe. A bit of testing here and there, but first actual race.
Yep.
Toby Waitley is going to be really quick. Nick Commons, can he get to the end? He prologued in 4th last year and had a moment going down, but the two-wheel drive, extreme two-wheel drive classes, always where there's going to be someone that's going to contend, without a doubt.
Yeah.
But, who it will be this year? It's good to see Steve Sanderson back. Ben Gartner had a bit of an incident down at Pooncarie. He was having a nice run. Hannah Bentley is always thereabouts. And then you got local legends like Brett Taylor and Timmy Button. But I like you, Boston Morgan Horan, I think Toby Waitley and Gallard, Gartner, those likes will be pushing on the door. You have to go back to 2019, Jord, when Jack Rhodes last reigned in the Jimco at Finke. Is this the year a pro buggy breaks through once again? 31 entries, many huge chances, including 3-time back-to-back Pooncarie champion Dale Martin, who returns to Alice Springs for the first time since 2019. South Australian Toddy Lehman, who makes his Finke debut. 6-time Finke winner Shannon Rentsch, who is back after a 2-year hiatus. 5-time champion Mark Burrows hits the track for a remarkable 27th time at the Finke Desert Race. 2022 ORC champion Ryan Taylor, Streaky Bay's Cole Tucker, 2022 Finke runner-up Aaron James, Red Nut Racing's Kai Camilleri, Kai Floyd in his new 7-litre Tatum, Michael Zacher, who is chasing an elusive Finke podium, local Peter Costello, Royden Bailey, Brad Zacher and US desert racing icon Ronnie Wilson, who are bringing out the legendary Cosworth-powered Jimco after 21 years in the wilderness, Royden Bailey, off-road rushers Cooper Weston, Kevin Ott and multiple-time WA champ Adam Truella. There's plenty more. It's stacked. Plenty of chances outright as well. I think they're going to be knocking on the door again this year. Good luck, Jord. Who do you think will be the fastest pro buggy this weekend? Some lineup.
Mate, there's another 31 cars entered. There's 10 that can win that class.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy, mate. But look, I think that Mikey Zacher was unlucky last year to not podium.
Back-to-back 4ths, I think.
Yeah, I think he got 4th. So I think that there's no reason he can't take it out. But I like Dale Martin and Toddy Lehman as well.
Yeah.
Like, I think that they can have a good run.
Yeah, they're really at their peak, aren't they? Yeah. Dale Martin's really found his groove. It's been a few years now since he's been up there. I know his brother's raced a couple of times since 2019, but he's after the Pooncarie. You can't put him in the mix. Toddy Lehman, his first Finke. I know they're heading up there now from Robe, so he'll get a chance to get down the track a few times, and he's like a Finke baby, he said to me earlier today. But he's going to be right about. If he can win, it's another question, but championship in the mine as well, has his home event Love Day coming up as well in round 3. But all eyes for me on Zacher, Dale Martin, Toddy Lehman. But then you've got plenty of other talent. Ryan Taylor, he hasn't raced for a while now. Cole Tucker is the big one for me. I honestly think Cole Tucker can finish on the pole. If everything goes his way, if he can get a nice start, getting that sort of top 7 or 8, top 10 after prologue, have a clean run back, and he'll be pushing hard. There's no reason why Cole Tucker can't. I know he's only new, his first crack as a driver there as well. But he's my dark horse for the whole weekend, Cole Tucker. I've always been a fan of Streaky Bay's Symon and Cole Tucker, and you just never know. Could it be the weekend for South Australia? Could they return to the winner's circle? It's been a while now, but we wish all our pro buggy competitors all the best, and we'll just have to wait and see, Jord. This time next week, we'll be very close to getting our 2026 champions, and it's a very exciting week in the Aussie off-road world. We're being spoilt by our special guest tonight, Jordan, our final one for the 2026 Finke Preview. He's 6-time Finke champion and 9-time ORC champion Shannon Rentsch, and what an absolute pleasure it was. Enjoy. It's a privilege to welcome on the Frogs Hello TV for the first time, 6-time Finke champion and 9-time ORC champion Shannon Rentsch. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks, Toby.
I believe you're still on the road to Alice Springs. How's the 2026 road trip to Finke been so far with the family?
Yeah, it's been good. We usually make the trek up here in the truck and just sleep in the back on the way along. And the kids always enjoy it, so it's always a good trip to get away in. It's
been a couple of years now, Shannon, since you've had the gym co at Finke. You'll be looking forward to getting back out there, mate.
Yeah, it will be good. Unfortunately, sort of haven't really had a good run in this car up here. So just, sort of hopefully can just get a clean run without any issues. That's the plan.
You're obviously the most successful driver in Finke history, mate. That's on record, and everyone always has you in the mix. But how are you going to approach the weekend? Just see how it unfolds?
Yeah, just see what happens. I haven't sort of driven for a couple of years, really, so just had some other things on the go. But, well, hopefully once I sort of get into it again and hopefully it all sort of comes back fairly fast. And, looking, if we can have a good run with no trouble, I think we should do pretty well. But, we just never know. There's a lot of fast cars up there, so we'll just do our best and see where we end up.
And there's always so much talk about the track leading into Finke and post the event. You'll get a chance to get out there and have a look, mate, before the weekend?
No, we'll get up there later in the week and have a look. Usually hear different stories. Some people say it's rough, some people say it's smooth. So until you see it yourself, you sort of don't know what you're in for. So, but every year it gets rough, and that's just what you expect. It's always a tough race, and definitely the hardest one in Australia. So it's I'm sure that won't change.
And the sport, mate, has changed immensely since your last win at Finke in 2018, and the trophy trucks have really nailed the last 6 editions. Do you still believe the buggies have what it takes, mate?
Oh, I hope so. I think I definitely think probably does favour the trucks a bit in the rough sections, but then if it is graded and a bit fast and all the tighter sections, the buggy probably will be a bit of an advantage. So, hopefully we can mix it up with the trucks, but for sure there's a couple up there that'll be very hard to beat. But we'll give it a crack and just see how we go.
And this weekend's the 50th edition, of course, of the Finke Desert Race. I'm sure we'll bring back many great memories for you, your old man, and the rest of the team. Is there a moment of win that stands out the most heading into this weekend?
All the wins have been pretty special. None of them have been easy. Just they're all been great. Probably, I guess along the way there's some that have been hard. Like one year we had trouble all week with the car, and we tested it up until the night of scrutineering and worked out what the issue was and fixed it. And just things like that, the tough ones make it sort of more enjoyable, I think. So it's always a tough race. Everything needs to go to plan and fall your way to take it out. So that's what makes it so hard to win. And that's Finke, and it'll never change.
And you won your first Finke title back in 2005, 21 years ago now, and holding off two of your good friends, Mark Burrows and Hayden Bentley. It's pretty special to think, 20 years later, you're still lining up against them.
It is, We've a lot of water's gone on the bridge over the years, and it's good that we're still racing together. And we're all friends off the track, but it does change once you get in the car and get the helmet on. But it will be good to get up there this year. It's been the 50th. It's definitely a lot more people are going to be up there, and I think it'll be a really, really good experience for everyone, and I'm sure everyone's looking forward to catching up.
And your dad's retired from the Navigators seat, mate. That's been a great connection for many years for you and your old man, but it's been a big change to the team, but I'm sure he's still a big part of your journey.
Yeah, for sure. Dad's coming up later in the week. Mum and Dad both will be up here. So it is, yeah, a big change. I'm sort of used to having Dad in the car, and we sort of formed a bit of a bond over the years. So it is a bit different now, and I will miss him for sure. But it'll be great to have him there, and Dad enjoys walking around, catching up with everyone and being a part of it. So for sure, it will be good to see him there.
And no, it's early, mate, but post this weekend, any other race plans for you? Just see what the season brings.
Yeah, just see what happens. Possibly Love Day, but yeah, just got some other things on this year, which makes it a bit tough. But I'd like to do another race, but we'll just get Finke done and see what happens after that.
And away from off-road, like you said, you've been busy, mate, the last few years. You've been chasing your children around who are following their racing dreams. That's been a great new chapter in your life.
Yeah, that's been good. They're both racing BMX and sort of travel around a fair bit interstate, and takes up a bit of time, but it's good to do it while they're young, and something we can all do together as well. And I will admit, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier than carting a race car around, and it's good. Really been a good hobby for them, and they're doing pretty well at it. So it's just another side of life we can enjoy together. And but then again, it's been great for us all to come up this weekend together. And it's been so far so good. As always, it's a pleasure having you on Frogs Hollow TV. One of my idols growing up, so to talk to you live pre-Finke is an honour. All the best to yourself and the entire team, mate. Finke this weekend and for the rest of 2026. No worries. Thanks, Toby. Thank you.
No worries. There he is, one of the Finke contenders, Shannon Rentsch. Thanks again, Shannon. All the best to yourself, mate, Katie, and the whole team up there at Alice, going for a record-extending 7th Finke Desert Race title. What an extraordinary achievement and career you've had, mate. We wish you all the best at Frogs Hollow TV. Now, Jord, on our outright selections. It's really a lottery, but who is your top 5 and roughie for the 50th edition of the Tats Finke Desert Race? Who you got?
Mate, it's, as you said, it's definitely a lottery. You could put them all in the hat and pick them out, but I'm going to go...
We've got no idea, really.
We've got no idea, mate, but I like Boston.
Yeah.
He's been having a horrid run as of late.
He has, yeah.
I'd like to see him get on top of it, and there is no reason that he can't be popping that champagne.
And reportedly the last time he'll be in that truck as well.
Yeah, okay.
Up for sale. So.
Yep. So, yeah, I'm going to go Boston.
Yep.
Trav, I reckon Mikey Zacher.
Get on the podium.
Yep. I hope so. Dale Martin, and then I reckon Bo.
Yep.
In a new run in his truck, and then Hayden Bentley I'm going to put as me roughie, mate.
Yeah, he could really throw a pigeon amongst the works, I think. I think he'll be right in the mix. Well, you've gone yours. I'm going to go Travis. I think he's back-to-back. He was scintillating last year. Kalgoorlie really turned it on late. And regardless how smooth it is, I just think with the horsepower, with the ability of those all-wheel drive Masons, I think he can do enough to get the job done and control the race, especially if he gets the prologue win like he did last year.
Yep.
I think Brent Smooth is in for a big weekend. Career defining, who knows? He's had a good career, Brent Smooth. He's second in the ORC a few years ago. He's had some great finishes, yet to break through for the big win at ORC level, and this would be it if he could take home the Finke gong. But always been a fan of Brent Smooth, and I think if it all goes together, he's knocking on the door of a win. Kyle Tucker, dark horse for me. I've got him on my podium. If stars align for Streaky Bay's Kyle Tucker, he's going to be that Jimco. He just literally grips it and rips it, and he'll literally be flat. He's got nothing to lose. Toby Waitley for me, he can turn Pooncary's success into another great run at Finke. I think a top 5, top 6 result for him would be perfect for the championship, heading to his home track, which is where he wants to be, heading into the sort of the back end of the ORC for 2026. And I've got Shannon Rentsch in 5th spot. I think he'll be definitely pushing for that podium. How can you rule him out? And Mark Burrows is the sort of roughie for me. Him and Hayden Bentley, a couple of veterans of our sport. They travel to Finke together. They go home together. They've been good mates for a long time. I think Mark started, as I said, back in 1976. So he's been around forever, 27th Finke campaign. And if there's someone that's going to sort of crawl up on the field late on Monday morning, it's going to be the legend Mark Burrows. So that's about it for our 2026 Finke preview show, Jord. Once again, a massive thank you to Mark Burrows, Shannon Rentsch, Bowie Graeme, Ben Falk and Russ Cullen for joining us on the episode. Your insights are greatly appreciated. And to our contributors and partners who continue to make these shows possible, we are beyond grateful. Any last word, Jord, before we finish up?
Just like to wish everyone good luck for the weekend and hold it flat and keep it upright.
So that's a wrap on tonight's show. Thanks again for joining me, Jord. Good luck and safe racing to all those competing at the 50th edition of Finke this weekend. But more importantly, stay tuned for the next episode of Frogs Hollow TV. Cheerio.